Welcome back to BombFish Plays Minecraft. So, you might be looking at this and thinking you're watching the wrong episode. You are not. This is actually the episode after the previous one. This will be 17, I think. And you'll notice that this is gone. I don't know what happened. I have actually been playing a single session since the previous episode. And I went through the Nether to go over to the mesa biome to get a bunch more sand because I'd started to fill in the roof and I'd run out. And now I've come back and all my sand, all my glass is back. And that's gone. I don't know. It's like it hasn't been saving any of my progress since I started this episode. Or since I started the last episode, like nothing's been saved. And when I went through the Nether, like it reloaded these regions. What sucks is before I left, I emptied out my ender chest and had 21 diamonds in it. This was at to 42 diamonds, and now I've lost 21 diamonds. I've also lost my moneymaker pick, which was Fortune 3. Now, it's not too bad because I do have this Fortune 2, but like I don't know what's happened. And it happened when I know it happened when I loaded back into the Nether as I was coming back, because I picked up a ton of netherrack that was still sitting in my tunnel from when I carved it out, just because I haven't been there long enough for it to despawn. I picked that all up, and when I came back, it was back. And so it's like the Nether hasn't saved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way back to the mesa and see if it's reloaded. And if it has, then that means something is wrong with my Minecraft, that it's not saving correctly. So I will be right back. Yeah, okay, something is definitely going wrong because I carved most of this out and it's back. So my Minecraft is not saving properly. So I'm going to restart my client and see if that helps. This kind of sucks because, man, this sucks. All right, I'll be back, hopefully, with things fixed. This is weird. Okay, I've restarted my client, and this is even stranger. All my sand is gone. The sand that I was cooking is still cooking. That's still unbuilt, but I have my diamonds and my ice pick and all that back, and my moneymaker. So it's like I'm back to the beginning of the previous episode, number 16. How weird. I think what happened is I had two instances of Minecraft open, and I accidentally loaded this world in that instance before I exited out and went to my creative world. And I guess somehow that locked out read-write permission. Somehow. I don't know. How strange. I mean, I guess, you know, all things considered, I'm just back to well, not square one, but back to the previous episode. It's not like I've lost anything other than that progress, which is, you know, that's okay. And I got 21 diamonds back. So, hey, that's nice. Huh. So I guess what I'll do is go back to the mesa, dig out all of that stuff, and make a lot more glass, and then just get back to the progress. Like, you know, just continue on. It's a lot more work for me. It's like, you know, two extra hours of work. But, you know, it is what it is. So I will see you once that has a roof with glass on it, which is going to be quite a while for me. But I will see you then. All right, welcome back. So it's actually been between last cut and this cut, near on a month since I recorded, unfortunately. And I'll get into a little bit more of why it's been so long a little bit later. But where am I? This is not a place that you've seen because I built it in the meantime. When I had a little bit of downtime and I could actually do something. This, I think you can hear and now see, is a spider grinder. Why a spider grinder? It works very, very well for being so simple. I realized that for my farm, I need to dispense water. And to dispense water, you need a dispenser. Yeah. And dispensers require bows, and bows require string. And so I realized I don't have any string, and I have completely lost my ability to climb. And so I went and I was like, all right, well, you know, good place to get string is like right there in abandoned mine shafts, which I have many of those around. And so I was like, all right, I'll just run around through there. Well, turns out that is not exactly a efficient means of getting string. It took a long time and I didn't get very much. This is dangerous. I'm just going to poke my head in here. See, spawner, drop, go into the water channel. And then they filter down. Oops. They drop down here and then filter on down. Then against this cactus and into the hoppers. And I think it uses it loses a little bit of string, but I don't really care. 2 blocks of wool, which I need wool. This is also a wool machine, and string for bows. So we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and head on back. But I just decided that in the time it would take me to find all the abandoned mine shafts and find all the string and cut it all down, I could just make a spawner. And so I did. And then I would leave myself standing there overnight or whatever. It makes about like, what is it, like a stack of string an hour? I mean, nothing too terribly fast. No, it's a little fast. It's like 2 stacks of string an hour, but nothing too terribly fast. But it does the job. So I now have pretty much an infinite supply of wool and string if I need it, because wool is nice to build with, especially all the nice colors. Yeah, so this spider grinder is over here. It's a bit of a walk. I was just rolling. I was roaming around in under the mine shafts down here on this side that I found while I was lighting caves up for my eventual mob spawner, or like large mob tower or whatever. And I knew that there was one there, and so I just headed over there and built it. So it's on this side of the kind of canyon that we have made our home in. I don't really come over here all that often because there's really nothing this way that I've made other than that spider grinder. So yeah, it's on this side. You can see that I've also been trying a little bit. No, wait. All right, it's been a while. I actually forgot what this was. This is actually a spider spawner that I made. I was just gonna... Whoa. Leave me alone. I don't think I have my bow on me. Oh, I do. Boy. Enough of that. Oh. This is actually a spider spawner that I made. I was just gonna, you know, as I was working, I was gonna come back and just harvest the few spiders that I'm sure would have been in here. But it really didn't do anything, and I just kind of got frustrated with it, and so I gave up on it. So it's just one more thing I have to tear down. Not a big deal. Creeper, you can just... Oh, crap. Where you go? Where'd you go? Come on back now. Don't pop out and you're gonna wreck my face, aren't you? Oh, he died from the fall. Hey, lucky me. Anyways, so at the end of the last cut, I said I was going to bring you back when the farm was, you know, back to where it had been before we had that weird file, not corruption, but like just nothing saved. And so here we are. It's actually a little bit further than it was. Just because I got, you know, I just kept working. I was in a good rhythm and just kept working. I didn't really do too terribly much though, but here are the way the fields are going to be laid out. Just like this. And then on the back here, there's a nice line of glowstone. Just keep everything lit. It's mostly aesthetic. I just think it kind of looks neat having the back of the farm glowing like that. I still need to put in the walkway here. I'm gonna have to leave pretty soon. I still need to put the walkway in here and pretty much a lot of stuff and all like the inner workings, the dispensers and all of that, but that will be in due time. But for now, I need to sleep and get some food. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about where have I been? Why have I been gone for so long? Unfortunately, it kind of ties in with hobbies, or not hobbies, habits. I've heard a saying that's like, it takes 21 times of doing something before it becomes a habit. I find that to be kind of stupid. I think that's a dumb way of thinking of... am I out of potatoes? I think I'm out of potatoes. I'm out of potatoes. I think that's kind of a dumb way of thinking about making a habit. I mean, I guess it's kind of like for running. If you run every day for 21 times, which would be 3 weeks straight, yeah, you're probably over the fact that it sucks, that it hurts, that it's uncomfortable, and, you know, all of that. Man, I have a lot of glass. I just want an empty furnace, please. I don't have an empty furnace. You probably get over the fact that, you know, running hurts at first until you get really used to it, and then it becomes, you know, you can go and do it, and then it becomes a habit. But for other things, I don't think that's necessarily true. But what I'm getting at is that habits are difficult to form, generally, and they're easy to break sometimes. And that's kind of what happened with me. I was very used to recording. I would record pretty much every night, or maybe sometimes, especially with Rogue Legacy, I would record, you know, 4 episodes at once, because hey, that's only 2 hours of playing. And then I would, you know, take a day off or two, or just work on the Minecraft world off camera. I don't know where I'm going. I need those potatoes. I would just work on the Minecraft world off camera and, you know, do stuff like build that farm. But I was always working on it. And the problem becomes when you break that routine, when you break that habit, it's very easy to break. It's hard to start. You know, it is kind of difficult to every night sit down and record. It's fun to record. I find it fun, at least. But it is something you have to sit down and think about and say, okay, I'm going to record tonight. So what happened is I had a friend come up. If you've followed these videos, you know that I've recently moved, probably in the last 5 months now, to St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know anybody up here, like, at all. Like, I kind of do now, because I did a little bit of seasonal work where my girlfriend works. And so I met some of her coworkers, but no one I'd ever hang out with. I just happen to know the names of a few people who live up here now. But until recently, that wasn't even the case. Like, I didn't know anybody up here. So one of my friends, one of my long time friends, probably my oldest friend, Paul, he came up, and, you know, you do the whole sightseeing thing. I gotta replant potatoes. No, I need some of those. Man, I am all off kilter. He came up, which was great. You know, you do the whole sightseeing thing. Like, I went to the Arch, which was fun. I've actually been there when I was like 3, and I kind of have vague memories of it, to be honest. I remember looking down and seeing cars. Then we went to restaurants and all that, and he was here for Labor Day weekend, I think. So Monday, he came up here Friday afternoon and left Monday kind of late morning. And so that was 4 days where I was completely, all of my time was completely taken up. And so I didn't get to record, but that was okay, because I had a bit of a buffer built up. But then, you know, afterwards, it's like, okay, he's gone. Now it's time to record. Well, you know, I need to do this and I need to do that, and my car started leaking oil, so I have to I have to fix that kind of thing. And it just kind of slowly became there are other things to do. Not other things I would rather do, but just other things to do. And then finally, when it's time to record, you know, I just sit down and kind of forget about it, almost. It wasn't like I was trying to avoid it, it's just like I never thought to get back to it, even though, you know I needed to. And that music is just a tiny bit too loud for me. So yeah, I've finally come back. And hopefully this will be the beginning of me getting back in my habit. So, what am I going to do now? I think, now that I've, you know, yammered on for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I need to get the kind of mechanics of that farm put in. I have enough potatoes. I'm going to get some ender pearls real quick. I'm all discombobulated, man. Forgotten how to play. Okay. And back we go. Okay. So the thing I need to do before I go putting in all the pretty stuff is there are water channels right here that run down this way, and then this hill here actually is gone, and it goes downstairs. It just goes down, and then you can actually access the farm from there. It actually comes all the way through, and so because I'm planning on kind of making a path that comes down into here, and so I could get to it a little bit more easily than running across the hill up here, even though it's not too terribly difficult with ender pearls, but you know, it'd be nice to have just a path to walk down. So that is what I need to do, is at least dig out these water channels and get the rest of the land figured out so that I can start putting actual like stuff in and get the farm going. We're actually closer to being done with the farm than I thought, to be honest. We're pretty close. There's just a lot of decorative stuff left to do, because I actually think the room that it goes into actually looks pretty nice from what I have done. So I think I will get to that. I will check the time on the episode because I don't know how long I've been going for, and then I will bring you back in. Alright, so I have pretty much put in the water streams here. They are ice based, so everything will move nice and quick. I have kind of filled this in, and what I'm going to do now is put fences along, and what this does is it allows, I'll just throw this gunpowder in here. That was a bad example. Wait, oh please don't tell me they've changed how this works. Oh no. What it should allow is I think if you flow things into it, they'll actually pass through the fences. Oh crap. Does this not work anymore? Did they change this? Oh no. Hold on, I'll be right back, I'll check. Okay, it works. It just has to be if the water flows all the way down and then stops right before it gets to this block, the things will go and actually fall between the fence posts. So, but I can walk on them, so it makes it easier for me to get out and re-till the field once it's been harvested. So, crisis averted. So I still have to decorate this side. As you can see over here, I have run the boards all the way down, so it looks a little bit better. Underneath this carpet, bad example, there we go, I have glowstone every other block. It makes it nice and bright. So, let's see, I need to kind of dig this out. go. Put these back in. Make it look all pretty. So yeah, this farm's actually coming along pretty quick. Surprisingly. I kind of, when I came back to it, I thought I had a lot left to go on it. And I really don't. Since the structure's in, you know, the rest is just pretty much just making it look good. But it looks as though I am out of wood. So what will I do? I will go and get some more, I think, and finish that up. And yeah. Alright, so I think the last thing we're going to do today, or for this episode at least, is put in the dispensers. They just run along the back here. Now, there is wasted space in this farm. I mean, I've got 3 rows pretty much of space that is not plantable. But it doesn't really bother me too much because I have all this other space and it's going to be, you know, it'll work its way out, or it'll work itself out in the end, I think. Making dispensers is a pain because you can't stack the bows. So you have to drop them on the ground and pick them up one by one as you make them. But having access to that spider farm sure was nice. And there we go. So these will all get filled with buckets. Well, water buckets. And they will dispense their water and it'll flow down and everything. It'll be great. So I think that is it for this episode. I'm glad to be back. I look forward to making regular videos again. I'm sure I'll get back into Rogue Legacy as well. My dogs say goodbye as well, so I will see you in the next one.